Good evening, students. Welcome to our YouTube channel. In this lesson, we are going to study about logical operator. In previous lesson, we studied arithmetic operator, assignment operator, and relational operator. The resultant of the arithmetic operator and then assignment operator will be a number, whereas the resultant of the relational operator is Boolean value. For example, if you want to add two numbers, that means 10 plus 20, you will get result as a 30. So 30 is a one number. Similarly, if you want to check two numbers, for example, 10 is less than 20. So less than is a relational operator. The resultant of the relational operator, that is 10 is less than 20, it will be true. This true is called as Boolean value. Similarly, now we are going to study about logical operator. There are three logical operators are there. One is AND. Next one is OR. Third one is NOT and OR NOT. The resultant of these three logical operators will be one Boolean value. It may be either true or false, just like a relational operator. The difference between relational operator as well as logical operator is, in a relational operator, both sides, either left hand side as well as right hand side, both sides should contain one number. For example, it should be 10 is less than 20. See here, less than is a one relational operator. This is one number, this is one number. It gives Boolean value. That is, it gives Boolean value true. Similarly, for AND as well as OR, both sides of AND as well as OR, we should have one relational operator. For example, 10 is less than 20 and 30 is less than 40. So this is one relational expression. This is one relational expression. In the middle of the two relational expression, AND operator there. That means both sides of the logical operator, we should have one relational expression. Whereas while using relational operator, both sides should be number. While using logical operator, both sides of the logical operator should be one relational expression. Here it gives 10 is less than 20. It gives true. 30 is less than 40. It gives also true. That means true and true. It gives this gives true. Okay, so I like to inform you once again, arithmetic operator as well as relational operator, both sides should be a number. It gives only number as a result. Whereas in relational operator, both sides should be one number. It gives Boolean value, either true or false. In logical operator, both sides should be one relational operator. Here also relational operator, here also relational operator. The resultant of the logical operators will be one Boolean value. So the resultant of the relational operator as well as logical operator will be Boolean value. The resultant of the arithmetic operator and assignment operator will be one number. Now we will see what is the difference between AND as well as OR and NOT. First we'll study about AND. Here we should have one table column, that is false and false gives false. False and false gives false. False and true gives false. True and false. It also gives false. True and true gives true. See here, false and false, false. False and true, false. True and false, false. True and true only gives true. In other words, we can call it as and gives true. Only both sides of the and is true. And operator gives result as a true if both sides contains true. Otherwise, it gives false. That means here false, false, false. False, true. Even though one is true, another one is false, it gives false. True and false. Even though one is true, another one is false, it is false. So for and, both sides should contain true. Then only result will be true. If any one of the value, either left hand side or right hand side of the and is false, the result becomes false. I will give one real-time example to you, then you can easily understand. Assume I give 1000 rupees to you and told go to one office and give the amount of 1000 rupees to the person who is wearing white shirt and black pant. Here I told give the amount of 1000 rupees to the person who is wearing white shirt and black pant. So here I clearly mentioned and. Before and I place white shirt. After and, that is left hand side I give white shirt. Right hand side gives black pant. So white shirt and black pant. You go to that office. You met first person. He is not wearing white shirt. That is left hand side condition is false. And also not wearing black pant. Right hand side condition also false. Not wearing white shirt and not wearing black pant. So both conditions are false. You will not give the amount to him. So false and false is false. You meet second person who is not wearing white shirt, but he is wearing black pant. One condition is true, another condition. Left hand side is false, right hand side is true. Not wearing white shirt, but he is wearing black color pant. Still, you will not give amount to him. That is false and true, false. Third, you meet one person. He is wearing white shirt, but not black pant. So left hand condition is true, right hand condition is false. Still, you are not giving amount to him. So true and false also false. At last, you meet one fourth person. He is wearing white shirt and black pant. Left hand side condition is true, right hand side condition also true. Then the result will be true. So you meet the correct person to that person who is wearing white shirt and black pant. You will give the amount of 1000 rupees to him. So from this example, you clearly understand and means all the conditions should be true. Then only result will be true. If any one condition is false, result is false. Here next we study about or. For or, both sides should be false. If it is false, both sides is false, result will be false. If any one of the side is true, result is true. Once I like to inform you, for or, if any one of the side is true, result will be true. If both side contains false, result is false. That is why false are false, false. False are true, true. True, false, true. True, true, true. I will tell one real-time example to you. I called you and I request go to one shop and buy a new pen for me. You asked me which pen I have to buy, sir. I told either buy either Reynolds or Rotomac. Buy either Reynolds or Rotomac. Here I clearly placed Reynolds or Rotomac. Left hand side is Reynolds, right hand side is Rotomac. You go to one shop and ask the shopkeeper, sir, give me one Reynolds pen. He told Reynolds is not available. Then give me Rotomac. Rotomac is also not available. That is, left hand side is false, Reynolds is not available. Right hand side, Rotomac is also not available. You will not buy a pen. That means false or false gives false. Reynolds not available, Rotomag is available. Then you will buy Rotomag. Reynolds is available, Rotomag not available in shop. Still you buy one pen. Reynolds is available, Rotomag also available. Both sides true. Then you will buy any one pen. That is true. That means if any one of the pen is available, you will buy a pen. If both pen is not available, you will not buy a pen. So false, 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 true, 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 false, true, 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 true. That is the usage of this one. Sorry, not is very simple, just opposite. Not of true gives false. Direct quite opposite. Similarly, not of false gives true. F1 should be capital for false, T should be capital for true. Remaining time F, A, L, S, E, R, U, G should be small letter. So this is the usage of logical operator and or not. In addition to that, I like to teach you one more concept, input statement. Already we know print statement. Print statement is used to display the item within open bracket and a close bracket. If you want to get some input from the user in real time, we should go for input statement. Get the input from the user in real time or runtime. Runtime means while running the program, that is called as runtime. So here we can get the input in different ways. First we will see name equal to input is a statement, enter your name. Enter your name. The syntax should be input within bracket prompt string, within quotes prompt string. Then we should have here one variable equal to input within open bracket prompt string. Here name is in this example name is a variable. This enter your name is a prompt string. That should be entered within string. So when the input is running, the program waits or asks with the text enter your name in the Python prompt. So you have to type any one value. That value will be stored into name. Similarly, age equal to int input enter your age. Here name is a string data type. So into the name we are going to store only characters or alphabets or letters. Here we are going to store one whole number. That is why outside we put int. From this we can conclude the input which is get from the user in runtime using input statement is always string. So if you want to store some value which is get from user in runtime with the help of input statement into the integer variable, that input should be converted into integer by using int explicitly. That is why you put int. Otherwise, if you get enter your age, program will wait. If the statement is not removed, int is not there, what will happen? Enter your age. You are typing 45. This 45 will be stored into age as 45, not as a 45. That is the problem. Okay, so whatever input you get from the user using input is string only. If you want to store it into an integer variable, that input should be explicitly converted into int. That is why we put int. Then next thing, salary equal to float. Then input. Enter your salary. Okay, here we are going to type 5000.50. That's 5000.50 is a float value with the decimal places. So if float is not there, along input only there, so it will be considered as one string. So string will try to store into a float data type. It gives error. That is why we change as a float. So whatever input we are getting from the user, Python consider it as a string. If we want to store into another data type other than string, we have to explicitly convert it by using int or float. This is the only. So syntax is more than simple. We can get more than one variable value for more than one variable using a single statement. How sir? Just consider I want to get input for the two variable a and b. I want to get the two variable for a and b. How sir? A comma b. One thing is simple equal to int of input enter value for a. Directly we can place like this. B equal to int of input enter value for b. This is one method. Or a comma b. A comma b that's equal to int of. Both statement can be write in single line. Input enter value for a. Again comma. Then enter int input enter value for b. So first it will ask for enter value for a. You are typing 10. 10 will be stored into a. Then it will ask for enter value for b. Now we are going to type 20 assume. 20 will be stored into b. This is one way. Or a comma b equal to. This is only applicable for all the types integer data type. Okay. F name or student name. X name or F name equal to here int of enter student name and father name dot split of comma square bracket. See here, this is the third format. By using this third format, we can get only string for value. I will tell you the reason why we are getting string value only in the coming classes. Here input enter student name and father name is a prompt dot split comma. So it will ask from the user at runtime. So I have to type student name, for example, Selvamani. Immediately comma. After typing Selvamani, immediately I got to place comma. There is the inputs are splitted by comma. I mentioned here. Then Krishnamurthy. Okay. So left hand side of the comma is Selvamani, that will be stored into yes name. Right hand side of the comma is Krishnamurthy. I put it here. So inputs are separated by comma here. If you want to use some other space, this should be removed as a space. If any other character, you can put as. Now you have to give input as Selvamani as Krishnamurthy. So these three types we can get the input from the user. Now we will see. We will write some program to explain logical operators as well as the inputs. First we study about the logical operator. So I declare 4 variable and assigning 4 values 10, 20, 30, 40. A is less than B and C is less than D. Similarly, print A is less than B or and C is greater than D. A is greater than B and C is less than D. Print A is greater than B and B is greater than C. First we will check it up and then we continue. See here, true, false, false, false. A is 10, B is 20, C is 30, D is 40. We can apply. 10 is less than 20. It is true. 30 less than 40. It is also true. 2 and true gives true. Correct. 10 is less than 20. True. Whereas 30 greater than 40. It is false. True and false. False. Third one. 10 is greater than 20. False. 30 less than 40. True. That is false and true. Again false. 10 is greater than 20. 30 is greater than 40. Both are false. That is the result is false. For and both sides should be true. Then only result will be true. Here only both sides true. Result is true. Remaining 3, any one of the side or both sides are false. That is why it gives false. Now we will see what will happen for instead of and I replaced with or. Here see 10 is less than 20. True. 30 less than 40. True. True or true. Result is true. Whereas 10 is less than 20. True. 30 greater than 40. It is false. That is true or false. It gives true. This one is false. This one is true. Still result is true. This is false. This is also false. 10 is greater than 20. False. 30 greater than 40. Again false. False or false. It gives false. Again I like to inform you for R. If any one of the side is true, result will be true. If both side is false, result will be false. Then what will happen? For now, it is very simple. Print not of true. It gives false. Not of false. It gives true. Just quite opposite. Very simple. See here, false. Not of true is false. Not of false is true. So this is the program which explains logical operator and or not. Now we'll see one more program which explains input statement. Until then, we are giving input in the program itself. We are not getting any input from the user in runtime. Now we can get it. Input statement. So first we will go for two numbers. We can get it. Addition of two numbers. A equal to input of. First directly we can go without int. We will check it out. Enter value for A. B equal to input. Enter value for B. Print comma A. B equal to comma B. So I just display input, enter value for A, enter value for B. For example, here I am getting 10, here I am getting 20. A equal to 10, B equal to 20. If the program will run, no problem. This is enter value for A is a prompt. This is a prompt string. That is why it displayed here. Here I have to give values for A 10 and then put enter. Enter value for B. Again prompt is there. This is a prompt. Enter value for B is a prompt. Second prompt. Here get. So I have to get here 20 and then put enter. So A equal to 10, B equal to 20. It's correct. After that, I like to add these two. C equal to A plus B. Now I like to print C equal to comma C. So it gives some error. Why not error? Some problem will come, we will see. Here same thing, 10, 20, but is instead of 30, it shows 1020. That is the problem I like to inform. Why? See, already I told you, whatever input we get it from the user through the input statement is considered as string. Because here string is there, input is not there. So even though A is declared here, they will be considered as a one string. So 10 will be stored as 10. Here B is also considered as a string. 20 will be stored as 20. So that is A equal to 10, B equal to 20. So C equal to A plus B. Here A is also string, B also string. 10 plus 20, both strings. Instead of adding, it is joining. That is why C equal to 1020. Okay, sir, how we can avoid this error? Already we know very well, we have to use int. If you put int like this, even though we get the input with the help of input statement from the user is string, that string will be converted into explicitly using int into integer. That is 10 will be stored as 10 in A variable. Similarly here 20 will be stored as 20 in B. Now A equal to 10, B equal to 20. Both sides are integer variable, 10 plus 20. C equal to 30. See it here, A equal to 10, B equal to 20, C equal to 30. So one more, these two program, I like to save it as in different name. Syntax. I like to put two variables in a single statement, A comma B, int. See it here, A comma B equal to int of int, enter value for A. Int of int, input, enter value for B. We'll get the same result. Right. Okay. So once again, I like to store one more program. I like to confirm type command, type of the variables. Name equal to input, because in name we are going to store only string variable. That's no need to put int or float. Enter your name. We can consider as a yes name. Yes name stands for student name. Input in F name stands for father name. Here also we are going to store only integer, string value. So no need to put int. Int. Here age. Here I have to convert the input into explicitly integer. Input, enter your age. Salary. Here I have to convert explicitly float. Salary. Now we'll see yes name is we need the type. Already we studied the type. It shows the data type of the variable. Yes name. Like to show the program. I type in my name, Selvam, my father name, Krishnamurthy, my age as well as salary. You see the what will be the output here. See here, Selvam is a string data type. So it is stored in the string. Krishnamurthy is a string data type. We are not using any explicit conversion here. Whereas 45 is a integer data type. Since we are using converting the input into integer data type. 5005 is a float data type. We are converting the input which is get as a integer, string that is converted into float. So salary is a float. That is very important. Okay, now these two can be combined as a single line. Split. Yes name, comma, F name. We can remove this line. So yes name, comma, F name, input, enter your name and father name. It prompts at Python prompt as enter your name and father name. Then we have to type Selvam, comma, Krishnamurthy. Selvam will be stored into yes name. Krishnamurthy will be stored into F name with the help of split. Here I have Selvam, comma. Since you are putting comma here, so input should be separated by comma. If you give one space here, I got to put one space. Other than slash hash symbol you put, you got to put hash symbol. Krishna. Then enter. Age is 40. Remaining thing is same. So 5000.50 put enter. So you got it here. Selva, Krishna, and then 45, 5000. So today we studied about operators, that is logical operator, and or not, where we have to use and as well as where we have to use or, and then not we studied. And then the input statement. Input statement is used to get the input from the user at runtime. Whatever input you got from the user at runtime with the help of input statement is a string. So if you want to store it as an integer, we have to explicitly convert into int. If you want to store it as a float, we have to explicitly convert it into float. That is the usage. In addition to that, we can get the input from the user in 3 different ways. We studied also previous one program. Okay, by using split, or okay, by using comma, and then directly we can do different statement. We can get it. That is what we study. Today I stopped here itself. I hope all of you enjoyed this lesson. In next lesson, we will study a little bit more. Until then, thank you, students. Bye bye.